Carol Jerry Sandusky will die in jail.
How do we move on? Do we need to move on? It is clear that a lot has happened since the riots at Penn State.
You couldn't go into a class without it being talked about. People had assignments to write about it. It was
chaos. Vans were overturned, students were rioting in the streets, and police were called in to stop the riot.
Even though the conviction happened over 2 years ago, many controversies keep emerging as the university tackles subsequent issues relating to the scandal.
Such is the case with Paternoville, now renamed to Nittanyville. For the 2012 football season, the infamous area where students camp out before the football games was switched by the also renamed Nittanyville Coordination Committee, who said the name change would return the focus to the overall team and the thousands of students who support it.
I think people are realizing more that it's not an issue with the football team.
People agree that there is an issue at Penn State. They just aren't sure where the issue lies. As Penn State starts to rebrand its entire image through campaigns and new slogans, students start to wonder where their money is going. While the university sees itself in a PR nightmare, students see themselves in ever-aging buildings.
With rising tuition, it concerns me that maybe we're not using it in the most efficient manner. I think that money wasted towards certain aspirations within the university, like the Penn State Lives Here branding campaign, could be focused, and some of the buildings are a little run down. We've had 2 incidents already where state pipes have blown up, and it's not just because it's not a nice building, it's dangerous to some degree to work in that building.
Rebranding a school's image, while important, still comes at a price for the students and the school.
While the creamery ice cream flavor Sandusky Blitz was removed when the story broke, the Peachy Paterno flavor remained. Even though the topic was something as trivial as an ice cream flavor, the fact that Paterno's name is used caused much controversy. While certain people were rallying that the flavor be left alone, others were more neutral about the situation.
The more that the university tries to distance itself from the scandal, the more that people make the connection, and the closer they get.
So, I think that almost every step that the university has taken to distance itself has been almost highlighting just that desperate attempt to say, oh, we didn't really have much to do with this. I realized that most of the changes were kind of reactive, but after you react to the initial situation, I think that there has to be a little more research done on what exactly would best suit the needs of not just the university officials, but more so of the students, and less of a focus on, hey, we really want to distance ourselves from this, and more of a focus on how can we as a community move on. Because I think that the Penn State community was focused on trying to move on, coping and moving on from the scandal, while the officials of the Penn State, the board of trustees, they all just wanted to move on from being even associated to the scandal, and so I thought that was the wrong approach.
While students and the university may disagree on how to move forward, even residents of State College have differing ideas.
It was really the forefront of public attention for a long time, so you read a lot about it, you heard a lot about it, but I mean, contrary to popular belief held by many of the students here, State College isn't University Park.
Even as students, people disagree on where we have come and how much we have still to go.
Vocal supporters of Paterno even voiced their opinions over people who make anti-Paterno comments, as was the case with this year's homecoming Grand Marshal, John Amici.
A fringe group of alumni voiced their disapproval of Amici being chosen after he made a comment saying he was ashamed of the scandal. This group of alumni sees these words, and therefore Amici, as a direct hit on Paterno as well as Penn State.
These discrepancies only show just how little our school has moved on.
No, I don't think we have moved on. It's still an issue. People still bring it up and talk about it all the time, and it's something that we're still growing from, I think.
Even the extent to which we have moved on is still being argued about.
Students have moved on. I mean, we're embracing the future, so I think that people are ready for that.
I think most people should have moved on by this point. I understand why they would still be emotional, but I just don't think that that's the best reaction for the Penn State community as a whole.
To the students, these occurrences are minor annoyances, while some of the alumni are unwavering, holding steadfast to their viewpoints and taking a vocal stance as each one surfaces.
Old questions answer, yet new questions and controversies emerge.